Hi, my name is Robin Wong, and in this video I want to take a look at this budget telephoto zoom lens from Olympus, the 40-150 R. Let's do this. I fully understand that not all of us are professional photographers, not everyone can afford expensive gear, not everyone is willing to spend a lot of money to get the best of the best. Now, I also believe that you don't have to break the bank to enjoy photography. There are a lot of budget-friendly options that can still produce fantastic results when it comes to photography gear. This is a very good example. Here locally in Malaysia, you can purchase this Olympus 40-150 R lens for about 250 ringgit new. That's about $60 US. What a steal! You get a lot of what you pay for out of this lens. The Olympus 40-150 R lens, being a budget lens, is fully made of plastic. The body of the lens is plastic and the mount itself is made of plastic as well. It does feel cheap in hand, I'm not going to lie. It doesn't feel premium, but I believe that at this range, any other options from other manufacturers would have similar build quality, so no surprises here. This is truly a small, compact and light lens. It weighs only 120 grams. It is so small you can fit it into your camera bag anywhere without taking much space, and I believe that the plastic construction helped to reduce the weight significantly. Although this is such a small lens, you get a lot of reach out of it. It extends all the way to 150mm, which is equivalent to 300mm telephoto reach in 35mm format. That is a lot of reach for such a tiny lens. And being so small and so light, the Olympus 40-150 R, it fits perfectly on small and lighter Olympus camera bodies, such as the EPL8, EPL9, or the EM10 series cameras. Unfortunately, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia currently is still under partial lockdown. I can't just simply run around with this lens and a camera to take some sample photographs, so I will have to show you some old photographs that I've taken years ago with this lens. The camera body that I used was my own Olympus EM10 Mark II. I've been to the zoo, I've been to the bird park, I've done some street photography, and it is quite sad because currently all these places, the zoo, the bird park, the butterfly park, any of the public parks are closed. So I had to recycle or reuse some of my older photographs. I hope you don't mind. Here are the photographs. The Olympus 40-150 R has quite an extensive optical design. It features 13 elements in 10 groups. It also has one extra low dispersion lens and one high refractive lens. Generally, I'm very happy with the images that came out from this lens. The images came out really sharp with full of fine details, very good contrast. I really like the rendering from this lens. The technical flow is very well controlled. I don't see any distortion, I don't see any chromatic aberration or purple fringing. I don't see any corner softness or vignetting, but I believe part of these problems were already corrected in software. To me, it doesn't really matter. I'm very happy with the images that came out from this lens. I'm also very impressed with the consistency of the lens image quality. It is sharp from corner to corner and throughout the entire zoom range. In fact, I was shooting wide open most of the time. I never had to stop down to get better image quality. The sharpness was quite similar from 40mm, the widest end, throughout the entire zoom range to the longest end at 150mm. That is truly impressive. I also must admit that most of my images were shot in good lighting conditions, condition, considering that the aperture ranges from f4 to f5.6. This is not an ideal lens to be used in low light shooting conditions. Generally, the autofocus of this lens is really fast. I have no issue with autofocus. There is a single moving element in this lens to make the autofocus much faster and more reliable. Of course, in comparison to the Olympus 40-150 f2.8 Pro lens, this 40-150 R budget lens doesn't quite measure up. The Olympus 40-150 Pro lens is superior in every single way. The optical construction is much better. It gives much better image quality. It is quite obvious. It has brighter open aperture at f2.8, which is constant throughout the zoom range. It is also weather sealed. This is not. It focuses much faster. The 40-150 Pro is a Pro lens, and this is not a Pro lens. If you are a Pro photographer, of course, you should use the Pro lens to get the best that you can get from the Olympus telephoto lens to deliver the best to your client. However, this is also much cheaper. This is much smaller, much lighter. If you want to travel with minimal gear that you want to bring, this is a better lens. And if you don't need the f2.8 bright aperture, you don't need that clinical sharpness, you're not delivering images to your clients, you're just taking some personal shots, I don't see how this Olympus 40-150 R is not sufficient. I think this lens has its place. Even if you already have the Pro version, it doesn't mean that you can ignore this lens. This can still come in really handy in certain situations. If you're purchasing an entry-level camera from Olympus, say the EPL9, EPL10 or the EM10 Mark III or EM10 Mark IV, do look for a bundle option with this lens. In Malaysia, sometimes the lens is free. Doesn't make sense that you don't take the lens, right? Or if you don't have this lens and you already have the Olympus, say EPL9 with the kit lens or the EM10 Mark III with a kit lens, you're looking for another lens to add into the camera bag, this is a no-brainer. It is so cheap, it doesn't put a dent to your wallet. You get this and it offers so much expansion, so much more possibilities, opportunities that you can do with your camera. It adds so much more reach. And this telephoto lens is not just to shoot things that's far away, as I've demonstrated in a lot of my sample photographs, even for shots that's on the table or the people that's in front of you or any subjects that's nearby. The telephoto compression effect can really make a big difference and create a more professional looking result. That's all I have to share about the Olympus 40-150 R lens. Do you own the lens yourself? Please share your experience using this lens in the comments below. I would love to hear from you, and I believe others will want to hear your thoughts as well. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider buying me a cup of coffee, or you can contribute directly to my PayPal account. Any small contribution can go a long way and help me to continue making videos like this and publish them right here. Do consider to give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe if not already done so, and I'll definitely see you again in the next one. Until then, stay safe, take care, and remember to go out and take more photographs. Bye-bye.